your first week of school been, Trey? It's back to school.
It's actually been really, like, I ain't gonna lie, it's been great. I'm not even like exaggerating or just trying to be optimistic. I'm for real. Like, I'm actually really excited about this school year.
Why? Like, what's going on?
It's just so meeting my students, introducing them to class. You know, of course, I've learned what my brand is as a teacher, as Mr. Creeks. My brand is, I'm kind of cool, but I'm corny enough to where you would laugh at the coolness. Does that make sense?
Laugh at the coolness?
Like you laugh at it. Like you kind of make fun of it. Cause, you know what I'm saying?
Because it is corny.
Because it's corny,
right.
But like, you don't want to, like the students don't want to admit that I'm cool, so they make fun of me. But I let them, I give them reasons to also make fun of me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like what is it?
Self-deprecating.
Deprecating. Yeah, I definitely do that a lot. Like, yeah, bring it on. You know, I feel like it definitely lowers the tension.
It does.
Especially with teenagers.
Oh,
with
yeah,
kids.
because you are with teenagers.
Yeah, I'm with high school students. So,
but like what grade though?
I have all grade levels, 9th through 12th.
So you have freshmen?
I have freshmen. I have just a few freshmen. But see, so in my lowest level class, my choir 1 class, these are the students that don't know me at all, right?
Okay, right.
I have freshmen all the way up to seniors. It's a mix of everybody. So the freshmen come in, you know, like they don't know anything about the school. They're still middle school minded.
They're green, super green.
Super green. And then you got the seniors is like, look, I'm just ready to get out of here.
Exactly, of course.
You know, do I even need your class to graduate?
Sophomores are like, oh, I have 2 more years.
And they're annoying as hell.
Yeah.
The juniors are the ones that are like, oh, they're actually mature this year. Like they're growing up. So, you know, it's a different mixture of personalities. But, you know, I came in and the video.
Oh, no, because we're going to talk about the video. The video was so cool.
I'm super proud of it, too.
Oh, no, I'm so proud of you guys.
Shout out to Sarita. Like,
for
your
real,
camera
though.
work. You know what I'm saying?
We killed
that.
So cool. I was like, I can't even imagine. If my teacher did this, I'd be like, oh, I'm so excited to start school.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to have a good year.
It was dope. So this is what I did. So, first of all, at my school, they are very particular about how you start the school year, how you introduce yourself and all that. They pretty much tell you what to do. Okay. Which one? This one?
Nope, the other one. Nope.
The other side.
Yep, there you go.
I see it. Better. So, they're super particular about how we do certain things. I have a way of finessing to where I'm gonna do just enough and still do my own thing.
Right.
But my own thing, like, is good enough to where nobody's gonna tell me anything. Like the freaking video, who's gonna tell me not to show that video?
Exactly.
Nobody is, right?
Yeah.
So
you worked so hard on it.
Yeah. So what I did, I introduced myself. Welcome to my class. We have to like give ourselves an introduction by showing like slides, pictures, and things like where we've been. So of course, my pictures are like look super dope. It's like me on stage. It's like, wait, what are you doing right there? Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a rapper. You know. So
y'all have to do that.
We don't have to, but I chose to show that part of my life.
It's cool that y'all do that.
They want us to show things like where did you go to school? Where did you grow up?
Right.
You know, it's like, okay.
What are your hobbies?
Right.
Yeah.
So let me show you, and this is, again, I think we've talked about this before. Like, this is me getting in my bag, like, really embracing who I am all the time and just being that all the time, like, and not caring. So
and not switching up.
Not switching up. So I'm telling them, yeah, you know, I have this thing called the Box Creative. I do music. Like, here's my friend. I'm showing I got pictures of you up there. I do a podcast.
Stop!
I got pictures of my homies. Like, yeah, I got pictures of everybody.
That's so cool.
And so, you know, it's kind of introducing them to who I am. And I told them, look, one of my goals this year is to, you know, make sure you guys have some school spirit. It's a new school and it's very education driven. And so I'm going to be the guy who brings the fun. Like that's who I want to be. And also do some really cool work, make you guys actual musicians. By the way, let me give you a formal introduction. I played the video and I ain't gonna lie. I was really...
It went off?
It went off. I was really happy with it. At first, it was like the gig was like...
I think we should drop the video right here.
Should we? Yeah, let's show them.
In this section, yeah.
Let's show them. Watch this.
Whoa, 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 yeah. Yeah, I don't know what your last school year was like or what your summer was like, but this school year gonna be different. Yeah, I'm making a change today. The music been taking the pain away. We bring the joy when we sang today. That's just like the rainbow and rains away. I'm setting the scene. I miss the creeks and my drip is clean. We at connect, so I keep the links. Chain on my neck and my wrist is mean. Put some respect on my name. Yeah, I miss the creeks, I'ma say it again. I keep it real, yeah, I never pretend. Connect around, this the year we ascend. Last year we started and we set a trend. 6700, I do it again. Lights, camera, action in front of the lens. And we got the rhythm, we keep it within. Yeah. It's not where you start, it's about how you end. And we set the bar at the time we begin. We made it this far, so we start with a win. Well, summer all I did was rest, okay? And last year was a stress, okay? But this year we finesse, okay? Let's see what's about to happen next, okay? 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 Let's see what's about to happen next.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh man. And so, okay, just to know the method of my madness, I could have did an original song. It wouldn't have hit the same though. I purposely did a remix of a song that they were kind of familiar with. You know what I'm saying?
Would know
right.
It,
they would know it.
Right.
And then so the second song at the end, like that part that I ended with, we actually, our first music lesson was me teaching them how to do that. And so we all did it together as a class.
Oh, that's so cool.
No, it was dope. It was
Wait,
really
so
dope.
did you have to do it in each period? Like, because how many periods do you have?
So I have 3 classes.
Okay.
Because I have a smaller schedule, a shorter schedule than most teachers. But yeah, I did it in all of my classes. 100% every single person was doing it, even the shyest kid in the room. And it was a great way for me to teach like the lesson of, choir is about the whole group. You got to contribute your voice. I'm never going to call you out as an individual, but you got to add to the whole group. You got to be loud. You have to not be afraid to make loud mistakes. All those little things that I want them to know about my class before we started, I use that song as a way to do it.
That was
and it was
so
fire.
Brilliant.
Like, I
wish you could like videoed it so we could like have seen it. You know
should
what I mean?
have.
Yeah.
I probably couldn't. What? Nah, but I can't. Legally I can't do that.
Because the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It's fair.
But yeah, it was really dope though. Not gonna lie, it was dope. So my first week experience has been great. That Friday, my student council kids did a pep rally. It was the first time like the students themselves led an assembly at the school, and it was kind of lit. They were hella nervous. It got really disorganized at some points.
Because I was gonna say, did they have to practice for it or something?
We did practice for it.
Okay.
But when it came time, they were like, Mr. Creeks, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm scared. I can't do it.
Oh, that would have been me.
I never spoke in front of this many people before. And I was like, tough titty, just get out there and just go do it. We're literally starting right now. The whole school is looking at us right now. So go.
That's terrifying.
But they did it though. That's the point.
So who had to do it?
Student council students.
Oh,
so
the student council.
It's about 11 of them.
Okay.
12th, 11th, and 10th grade. And yeah, most of them, that was their first time speaking in front of that many people.
How many people are like?
It was a school, rallies? Which is not we don't have a huge school, but it's about 600 people.
Oh, that's still a lot.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of people.
So, but just think about in 10 years, being able to say, in high school, I spoke in front of 600 people.
Yeah.
Like, and that's your first experience at public speaking.
That's a big deal as an adult.
Yeah.
Like, 500 people or 50 people is a lot as an adult.
One of the biggest fears in any adult is public speaking.
100%.
I actually have a teacher friend who is afraid of public speaking. And bro, you're a teacher. You got to speak in front of people every day. But when it comes to the teachers...
And the hardest critics. Right. Kids.
But when it comes to other teachers, like he freezes up. He can't talk.
Oh, in front of other teachers.
I get it. It's still a fear, but like these kids,
right,
overcame it.
Fake it. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so good.
So it was cool.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah, school is going well for me.
So how are the students? Are they like cool? Are they like, what are they like?
So far, I haven't had a problem with anybody. I mean, I had a small little come to Jesus moment with one student where I had to say, "Are we choosing violence today?" Because
I love that. That's how you approach the situation. Yeah, because that's how I would sound at work.
No, I told him, I was like, because I'm probably not the one to do that with. So
good.
Let's continue being nice, Mr. Creeks.
Set the tone from the very beginning.
Absolutely. I did that day one.
Yeah, no,
because he wouldn't take out his AirPods.
Bro.
That's to me. Okay, we're in class. You can't have your phone. I know that you're listening to music. That's so disrespectful.
Exactly.
Take them off.
And you're in music class, so listen to my music.
Take them off. I come back around. You still got them on. Take them off. I'm not even listening to anything.
Then take them off if you're not.
Came back the next time. Like, so what are we doing? We choosing we choosing violence, I'm not the one to go with.
Right.
Right? He was like, man, yeah, all right. I just walked away. I said, listen, you won't like the result of this. You better, hey, by the time that class ended, them AirPods was
out,
gone.
right?
It was gone, so it worked.
Good.
Okay, I don't recommend that for everybody, though. Not everybody can handle it that way, because some students
not everybody can get away
call
with
you
it.
out
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like, do something. Okay, so I got away with it that time.
Write a strongly worded letter to the principal. Yeah, because what do? You just send them to the principal's office or what?
We are not allowed to send students to the principal's office. Listen, I'm not going to get into that. Hey, let me just say.
Wait, so...
It's been a good year. It's been a good year for so far.
No,
I don't want to bring up triggers from last year.
Okay.
But
I
I will
never
say,
heard of something like that before.
No, we don't do that anymore.
Oh, people know schools?
I don't know about no schools, but yeah, like the schools that we work for, it's teacher, you need to handle it in your class. The heavy is definitely on the teacher.
Both of y'all?
They could fight for all they kidding.
Yeah, it's on the teacher.
They coming right back in the class.
And the idea behind it, the premise behind it, I understand. It makes sense. It's just the application of it that doesn't make sense. So the premise behind it is if an administrator has to step in, now you've lost control of the room. And now the administrator has control, not you. So they will always expect the administrator to be the one who controls your classroom. I get that part.
From one time?
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes a kid just needs to be told, you've lost your mind and you need to fix it.
I mean, I do understand that as well. I do understand that. But at the same time, I'm thinking that's what you've always done with kids. If they don't know how to act, then the top disciplinary would set them straight. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm speaking positively.
No, for sure.
For this school year, because at my particular school, this was a heavy complaint all last year from teachers. Like, there's no accountability from students because teachers can say one thing and then nobody else is gonna come back and back that up. Nobody is. So, what are we supposed to do? This year, we actually hired a behavior specialist who is there to be the disciplinary.
Oh, that's dope.
And he's a cool guy. He's a black guy. He used to be a cop. And so, at first I was like, but I had a discussion with him. He seems like a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. My bias did come out at first.
Because I immediately jumped when you said it. Because that just feels like a police officer. I mean, they don't know he's a police officer, obviously, because he's a behavioral specialist. But, like, that's interesting.
Well, see, he was a police officer for, like, 3 years. And then I'm telling all of his business. Should I be saying
literally
this?
all of it.
He was a police officer for a few
secret?
years. And then he left that for education.
Okay.
So, which... I've had a conversation with them, but my question, I do want, once I break the ice a little bit, I want to ask him like, hey, so why did you go into education? I'm really curious because if it's because, because I know people who have a passion for law enforcement and maybe he realized, the place to have the most impact is in the schools when they're young before they get in trouble.
And that's what I was wondering, if there was like some type of connection between like crime levels and thinking maybe just some people just need to be educated.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we all know that they do base like how they, how many prisons they build and jails they build are off of education scores, which is such a crazy connection, but they do. So maybe that's why he did it.
It's actually prison numbers correlate to third grade reading levels.
That's
third grade
insane.
literacy.
That is insane. Why do they think the people that can't read are going to be criminals?
Well, just think about it. Think about our society, though. Think about how our society
is giving criminal.
That's why I looked at her when I said third grade. Third grade. She know about them third graders.
You're gonna be a criminal one.
So let me say this. Last year, hopefully I'm not telling too much business. Flag me down, Sarita, if I'm telling too much business. So last year, I'm gonna say it like this. There was one particular school within KIPP that was like one of the lowest rated schools that KIPP has in the state of Texas. And part of it was because of COVID, because the gap, we had students that were pretty much out of school for a year and a half.
Right.
Because you're expecting first graders to log online and have a class.
Which is insane. They can barely focus when they're in a classroom, but anyways.
Their families don't even have internet or a computer.
You're right.
And also, they're not going to have somebody at home that can do that with them. They're at work. They got to work.
And then who's the first grader at home with? Like, it's just like usually older siblings.
Right.
But it's just like, it's a lot.
A lot of my students during virtual school were like, oh, sorry, I didn't finish my homework because I'm helping my little brother.
Exactly.
Like, so they're just lucky to have a sibling to help them with that. What about the ones that don't? You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely a gap, especially at this particular school. So there was funding put in for that particular grade level. They were giving people like bonuses for being tutors for that grade level. Mm-hmm. But also think about that. If prison systems know that third grade literacy is connected to that, and you have these third graders who haven't had good education since kindergarten. Like, there's definitely a connection there. I appreciate the fact that KIPP recognized that and said, we got to pour money into this.
Can I ask what KIPP is?
KIPP is the school. So it's a public charter school.
Okay.
Which means, so a charter school is a school that's not funded by the state.
Government. Okay.
And it's not, so like HISD, for example, is funded by property taxes, basically.
Right.
This is why you go into the Heights and their high school is nice. You go into Fifth Ward and Wheatley is about to get shut down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of the property value difference there.
Right.
So this is a way to kind of combat that. Now, different people have different political opinions about that. I'm all for it. Like, I love the idea of charter schools because it gives a chance for people to get a better education. Because our school educationally is ran like a private school.
Well, I was going to ask, what's the difference between a charter? I've never known the difference between a charter school and a private school. I grew up in private school. Right.
That's the difference.
But what is the difference other than that?
That is the difference. But think about the gap. Think about the type of students that would go to a private school versus a public school. Public school is this is what's available to you. This is free. This is where you go. Right. Versus private school, you pay money to go here. So you're expecting your education to be better. You have more parent involvement. These are more people that come from affluent families. So they have more resources. There's way more available to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So with this school, it's a public charter, meaning it's public, so it's available to anybody that wants to come here. And it's a charter school, meaning it's not funded by the state. So there's a lot of things that they kind of go against.
So do you have to be accepted into the school?
You do have to be accepted just because they have capacity limits.
Right.
You know, like our school is a pretty small school. They can only fit so many kids.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, they'll let anybody come. For the most part.
That's interesting.
At our particular school, they purposely put it there. This sounds like a huge commercial for them. They purposely put it in that neighborhood. It's the densest zip code in all of Texas, population-wise. It's also the most diverse zip code in all of Texas, with all the different people from different ethnicities and nationalities. It is one of the highest immigrant population as well. So a lot of the students that I have in my school are first generation or maybe second generation, here in the States.
Right.
So it's probably harder for them to get into a better school.
Right.
Here's an opportunity for you to go
they still do want better education.
They want better education. So, here's a school that from your freshman year, every student takes at least one AP class.
Oh, wow.
We have this system called AP for all, where every student takes AP classes. So you're getting access to way better education. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The downside to that is it's so education focused that you lose out on the culture aspect.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's kind of my thing. That's the part that I want to build in the school. Let's build the culture. You know what I mean?
No, that makes sense.
So
I grew up going to private schools, and so whenever I begged my parents finally to let me go to public school, I did see a big difference in private schools are smaller, number one.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot smaller. And I felt like they were more family oriented. I remember I'd go to football games, volleyball games, and there would be players and their family members were not there. And that is not a thing at private school because we don't have buses. everybody
Yeah.
gets dropped off. All the kids get dropped off. I mean, you
Right.
can carpool, of course, but like your family picks you up, they drop
Right.
you off, they pick you up,
Because
they go to your
they
games.
made an investment.
Like
Yeah.
literally. So I mean, I remember I would be so sad for like kids in public school when their parents would not show up to their games, like all the time. Like they would never show up to one game, and I was just like, this is insane. I mean, granted, they work. I mean,
Yeah.
some of them work, some of them don't. Some of them just don't go to that kind of thing. And I was just like, that's so weird. But I remember seeing charter schools, and I was always like, what are those? Like, what is a charter school? I never did, because they would also wear uniforms, but they weren't private.
Right.
So I was like,
The
I get
uniforms
it.
is a way to give you that private school feel.
And I like uniforms personally because if kids don't have, access to cool clothes, it's a way to like stop bullying as well.
It's also, see, there's two parts of it. This is a really good topic.
No,
How do we fall on this?
I don't know.
Because there's also, when it comes to uniforms, so one thing about KIPP is they're very, it's in their mission statement. They want to be anti-racist.
Okay.
They're very focused on that, which is one reason why I really rock with them. Okay.
Right.
Which is definitely the opposite of most ISDs, most public schools, because they're state funded, so they can't, like, the bill that passed in Texas, where you can't talk about racism and things like that.
Yep.
KIPP goes against that on purpose. It's like, well, like we'll take a risk on the funding that we get from you because we're funded by donors anyway.
Exactly.
So we can take that risk a little bit more, and we purpose to be anti-racist. I love that. So when it comes to uniforms, a lot of people believe that, at least in some schools, uniforms were used as a way to separate the haves and the have-nots. The people that, it's like a tool of profiling. Like, if you can't afford your uniform, then you deserve to get in trouble for not being able to afford your uniform.
So then what would they wear? I don't understand. If they have to wear a uniform.
Right, you have to wear a uniform if you show up not in your uniform, or if your uniform is not clean, or if your uniform is dirty, or if it's torn up, or if you get in trouble. And so that's hella racist. If not racist, it's at least, classist.
I didn't know that people would show up to school without their uniform. Like, that's
well,
so...
it happens, and so, I mean, think about it, and this is crazy. Like, this is why I never thought I would be in education this long, but once I got in it, I feel like I'm stuck. I can't get out. Because you start to think about the little things, like the difference between a family that can afford to have a washer and dryer at their house
Literally.
and the family that has to
go to the washer.
mom has to make plans to go to the washateria. You know what I'm saying? And so whose uniform is going to last the longest before you have to buy another one?
Yep.
So our school decided, instead of always suspending kids when they show up out of their uniform or something, maybe there's a reason why they didn't. They don't have it. Maybe they can't afford to buy a new one, or something happened to it, or whatever.
Yes. So whenever I was growing up, I always wore uniforms at all of my schools. And I loved going to get my uniform because, first of all, we were going to get my clothes. And I wanted to pick up my cute clothes. I wanted to pick up my skirts, all that different colors. And then the only place that they had the uniforms was at Greenspoint Mall, also known as Guns Point Mall.
So wait, so this Christian private school, had to go to Greenspoint to get
correct. White.
Did they know what Greenspoint was?
Yes, I don't understand. Like, I don't know why they didn't have. And I remember some parents used to be like, "I'm not going there. I'm going to JCPenney." And like, my mom would be like, "Okay, what's the big deal?" So we would go. I just pictured the parents from that school going to Greenspoint Mall because I know that they were terrified.
Yeah.
So we would go, and I would like get all my clothes, which are extremely expensive, which is probably another reason that they say uniforms are racist, because they are very expensive. So we would go, and then like we would go get my shoes, and I would get like Air Forces, and I would put like pink shoestrings.
Okay.
Oh my God, I would get like Reebok. Like, remember when Reebok was cool?
Yeah, I definitely
I would get like the Reeboks. I would get the Filas. Like,
Yeah.
I would have to freak my uniform.
Wait, I would go to, what was that place called? Phallus Paralis?
Yeah,
You ever heard of that?
of
They had all the
course.
colors of the
I
fat
think they
laces.
still have Phallus Paralis around.
Do they
here or something.
really?
Yeah, I think they still have
But do
them.
you remember the fat
Of
shoestrings?
course I do.
They had all the
them.
colors.
Oh, I had DCs. Like, I went through like a skater phase, so I had like
Yeah.
DCs. Y'all remember those?
I remember that.
Oh my gosh. Like, and then I would wear like sunglasses. Like, remember when Kanye? Okay, This how I know
You had
Kanye
shutter
was like,
shades.
oh, I had shutter shades, and I wore them to school. I wore them to school.
I ain't gonna lie, I did too.
Of course, they
I
were
did
so
too.
cool. They were so cool. I couldn't see anything.
You can't
but
see nothing.
You can't see
it was
nothing.
cool though. I definitely prided myself on being the first person at my school with shutter shades.
I had yellow, I had blue, white. Like I would wear them with all my like clothes.
Wait, okay, I gotta ask you this because shutter shades was around the same year, the same time. Soulja Boy came out with his glasses with the name.
Yes.
Did you have glasses with your name
I
written on it?
didn't have the glasses with my names on
Okay.
it. First of all, I wasn't even supposed to be wearing sunglasses, but I would wear like jewelry, sunglasses, earrings. Like I would like do up my uniform because, like I said, I think that sometimes people think that uniforms like take away creativity. So like if you express yourself through clothing, then as a kid, it's kind of like, what?
Right.
Like, but I do get the purpose of them. But yeah, I definitely wore the shutter shades. I forgot about that. That was an
shutter
era.
shades, crazy, bro. I can't believe he was wearing
that.
that.
That was like fourth, fifth, sixth grade.
That was my senior
Like
year in
fifth,
high
sixth-
school.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
No,
I was
yeah.
talking about shutter shades. I remember wearing them on a senior trip. We went to
Yeah.
San Antonio,
Really?
and we were like, look at my shutter shades.
I was definitely in like elementary, middle school for
Dang, you're
sure.
so-
Like fifth, sixth grade.
You're so young.
No, I
Yeah, no,
knew.
because well, not to change the subject, but 2007, I want to say it was like November-ish. I remember, sorry, Mom. I remember skipping school that morning because I worked at Best Buy. My manager was gonna let me into the store an hour early so I can be the first person to buy the graduation album.
What? That's actually kind of dope. Like,
And
you had
so
a cool
I
manager.
walked around because the store opened at 9,
Mm-hmm.
and he let me in at 8. Well, school started at 7:30, so I skipped first period to go.
Oh, worth
Right.
it though.
It was definitely worth
That's
it.
100% worth it.
But it was a CD. I mean, I was in class, so it's not like I was listening to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
I was just walking around with the CD. It was like, yo, you got that already? Dang, how did you get it already? Man, look, I got them connects, man.
Whole time you work at Best Buy.
Whole time. And I definitely had to pay full price for it, too.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Dang,
Yeah, no.
it's crazy how young you are.
No, and I'm thinking about the music that like we used to listen to. Like I remember like a lot of Fergie and like stuff back in the day. It's just unreal. But no, that's cool. Your school, I'm glad
School
that it's
is going well. I must admit, school is going well. I think this is going to be a good school year. And I've just decided I'm gonna make it good. You know, last year, I ain't gonna lie, had some difficult times with some people.
No, you was fed up at one point.
Look, I was trying to soften the blow and say difficult times, but yeah.
I know, right?
Boy,
You
I
were
used to be pissed
mad.
every day.
No, for real.
Every damn day.
You would be mad.
Beefing with people, beefing with admin, causing trouble,
Doing
getting called in the principal's office, literally.
So y'all get called in the principal's office with the kids. That's just like that's really crazy
Come on, man.
to me. That's really crazy.
I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna tell the reason why, but it was very ironic. So you want to talk to me because I'm calling out what a student did that nobody said anything about.
Right.
All right, look, I just said I was gonna say anything about it, and I said,
Right.
look, I'm triggered. This is trauma, it's PTSD.
No, working with kids, like you guys are really like life changers. That's why I feel like your classroom is probably going to be the classroom where people, I don't know if they've already done this, I'm sure, but like I feel like that's going to be like the kids' safe haven because they know that they can come there, they can be safe, they can be themselves, like they're going to have a good time, and they have somebody like you that is there for them, you know, like an encourager.
You know, I would have to say, because yes, I agree with you, but I also don't want to just say I'm the only one that's doing that.
Right.
Like, I want to give credit to the other teachers at my school who have purpose to kind of do the same thing. Like, we've all just decided, hey, you know what? This school sometimes can be really stressful for students because it's high stakes. It's always college. It's, AP classes. It's high stress for students. Let's try to make this as enjoyable as possible.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to take the crown of the ringleader of that. Like, I want to be the guy that everyone says, hey, you know what, Mr. Creeks, he made this fun. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to be that guy. But I'm not the only one, which is great.
Yeah.
And last year I did something new. Last year I started making friends with my coworkers.
Oh, you did
Remember
say
I talked about that. So last week, after our, staff meeting on Friday, we decided to go out for happy hour. It was a lot of us.
Teacher happy hour is crazy.
No, teacher. Hey, listen.
Nah, teachers are nuts.
I realize. Hey, you know what? Teachers like we are like.
Partiers.
We are the ones that are teaching your children, and crazy.
It's insane. Like, I remember I worked at this bar, and there was like a teacher convention in town.
Oh, wow.
But one thing about teachers, I ain't gonna hold y'all, but it is because like teachers, y'all gonna drink on a dime. One thing about it, like, y'all gonna drink on a dime because of like I get it, I get it. But they would come in there and they would get so messed up off of like the freaking like penny beer, like all the like little
the
deals
cheap
that
stuff.
oh my god.
What's your drink specials? Let's get 20 of them.
No, and they would get on the stage, like they would go wild. I'd be like, oh, teachers are crazy.
Man, look, ain't nobody got on stage or anything. It didn't get that crazy, but it was lit.
Cause y'all were dealing with kids all day.
Yeah.
Like y'all need to release.
It's not even just the kids though.
Yeah, it's also your bosses.
The administration, you know, it's always a lot.
It's honestly probably not even as much, like it might be 50-50, but I'm sure a lot of time it is your overseers and stuff.
For overseers. Look, it's like we're on a plantation. The overseers. Because you know the overseers was like other slaves that just had a better job. That's all they were.
Well, there you go. I mean, hey.
But hey, look, we were all the slaves.
Said it, not me.
Still, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Anyway, no, but for me in particular, it's never the kids. The kids make the whole thing
better,
the most enjoyable. Like it's fun. My 4th period class is so it's like my varsity choir. Mm-hmm. These are students that have had me for 3 years now. And when I tell you, it is like if you stand outside the door, you think we're having a party. It is crazy in there. Mm-hmm. But we're learning, we're getting work done, and they know. All right, look, when I put my serious voice on, hey, I need y'all to get quiet at 5. I don't even got to get to 3. They already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, they make it enjoyable. They get a little crazy. They get wild, but we're having a good time.
Right.
And learning. And learning. I told them, look, as long as we're getting work done, we're going to always have a good time.
Yeah.
So, for me, I'm a floater. I gave up my classroom because I have less classes. So, I don't have an actual classroom. So, I'm floating in other people's rooms. Which I'm figuring it out. I got this little cart. We used to keep all the laptops in it. I took all the trash out. I plugged up some speakers in there. I got all my.
Got a little car.
You know what I'm saying? That's my classroom. I be rolling. You know. Hey, ready for whatever. I'm ready. But the tricky part is that because it's someone else's room, they be in there during my class, and I be acting a fool.
Oh, that's awkward.
It can be a little awkward.
Yeah.
Listen.
They can't go out of the room while you're doing your thing. Like,
it's their room. I can't tell them.
I mean, that's true, but like, go out though.
Get out though. Hey, can you give me a second? What? I'm sorry.
Just
what?
30 minutes.
Give me a minute. Yeah. Nah, but listen, this is so embarrassing. First day of school, and you got to keep in mind, I'm an artist. I'm a performer, and I even tell the students this when I'm in front of the class, I am performing. Like, yeah. This is I'm putting on a show. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to get you engaged. And so, especially first day of school, I had a show for them.
Right.
Even from when I gave them their syllabus, and like it's a show.
Yeah.
So, had another teacher in there. Tell me why at the end of the class when I dismissed the students, he stood up. Bravo, Mr. Creeks. That was amazing. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
What was your first day fit? Please tell me.
I didn't take a picture, but I was fly though.
Okay, so what'd you have on?
I had on, what did I have on?
Because you gotta get the first day school fit.
No, I had the
I
had the first day of school fit.
Yeah.
Because I had my hair braided, so it was fresh. Okay. Look, especially my black students was like, okay, Mr. Creeks, I see you with the retwist. I was like, you already know. You already know I had to get the because last year they be trying to play me when I didn't have a retwist. That's why.
Yeah, no.
It was like, hey,
don't slip up around a.
Listen,
what?
I had this one girl. She's sweet, very sweet student. She walked up, hey, Mr. Creeks, I thought she had a serious question. Mr. Creeks, I just wanted to know, when you getting your hair done? If you don't get out of my face.
Not too much.
You don't get out of my face. What you doing? Leave me alone, man. I'm going through something.
That the kids haven't said anything about my hair because they will do it. These 4th graders.
Even the 4th graders?
Oh, I believe it. They'll probably even be more bold because they don't know any limits.
Oh, yeah, nah.
I have it this year. I'm like, thank you.
No, but let me say this though. The kids at her school, they different. No, they are. No,
Why?
they are different.
Like what?
Let me tell you, we did this last year. We did this this like mentoring thing where I brought some of my high school students over there to have lunch with them, play games with them. They put on Young Boy. When I tell you,
Cultured. Okay.
when I tell you, imagine 200 little third graders in a line, all doing the gritty.
Oh my God.
What-
Wow.
I was like, bro,
So is it a charter school?
it's a charter school.
It's a charter school. Okay.
But see, so their school is in Third Ward.
Okay.
Now you see the difference.
Yeah.
Right? My kids, so the ones we took over there are black, but they're like a very small portion of my school.
Right.
Right? I told you there's all other people at my school. And some of the black kids are not even from here. They're from Honduras.
They're not black
They're from I have
American.
one from Israel, So they're from all over.
Right.
They're not used to seeing this much blackness.
You're right.
They got there, they was like,
What's going on here?
yeah, it's them kids different, bro.
Oh my God. No, the kids are like really crazy these days.
They
like,
different.
No, so I went and saw my niece and my nephew yesterday. I know you said no cussing,
Go ahead.
but it's not that bad. It's not that
Go
bad.
ahead.
But kids repeat what they hear. And I'm not saying that this is correct. I don't know how everybody talks to their kids, how they discipline their kids, whatever. But I have heard parents tell their kids, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah.
If you don't sit down, I'm gonna whoop your ass. So my sister said that to my niece. Like, Sophia, you need to sit down or I'm gonna whoop your ass. And she was like, no, mommy, I'm whoop your ass. When I tell you, I was like mortified. I was like, oh
Wait,
my.
how old is she?
She's like 3.
Oh, wow.
She's
Yep.
like 2, 3.
Yep, they start pretty young, yeah.
But like kids are like, they're so little, but they're sponges.
Yeah, they are.
So whatever you say, do, I mean, they just pick it up. And I was like, she was like, Sophia. And I'm like, it's
Hey,
just
it's your
wild.
fault. You said it.
Exactly. No, facts. But
Yeah.
it's just crazy that kids just, I mean.
They gonna pick up on everything.
You cannot
Everything.
slip up around a kid.
Yeah.
You cannot slip up around the kids.
Man. But yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool that I get to impact young students.
No,
Like,
it's very dope.
You know what was actually kind of funny? When I posted the video on Instagram, so the students that graduated last year, of course, they all went, oh, Mrs. Creeks, I'm gonna follow you on Instagram now. I was like,
Right.
So they're all in the comments jealous.
Right.
Oh, I wish you did this when I was in your
Why
class.
you didn't do this for us?
But they was like saying, nice things like, oh, greatest teacher ever. Oh man, he's awesome. Oh, I hope they enjoy your class. Like,
I love
and I
it.
see them like, because this week they're all starting college.
College, right.
Yeah, that's really dope to see.
I've been following, so I like recently followed this teacher, and she actually lives in Houston. I found her on YouTube. I do remember how I found her. That's another story. But I've been watching her content, and like she talks a lot about being a teacher. She doesn't have any kids, so she feels like her students are really like her children for real. Like she's like way more invested because she doesn't have kids, and she's almost 40. And she's just been talking about like, it's just really cool to hear like teachers' perspectives on things. But she was saying how like there's so many like teaching spots open in HISD specifically because of COVID. Like that was like a real big thing that, a lot of teachers she didn't go back to the classroom because she just couldn't. I mean, they wanted her in, and she, health related issues. She didn't go back. And it's just crazy how like, I don't feel like teachers are protected. Like in so many areas. Like for what y'all do, it's just crazy. Like, and I mean physically protected.
Right.
Like mentally protected. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like we gotta do something.
Absolutely. Well,
We
first
gotta
of all,
stand up.
I feel like teachers should make $100K easy.
Oh my God. 100%.
That would make life a little easier.
Especially ones that teach middle schoolers.
Bro, middle school is the worst.
Nah.
They-
What?
Middle school is the worst.
I have 2 middle school brothers. I would never.
They're-
I tell my mom all the time, send them to
They're
boarding school.
disgusting. They're gross.
Stank.
They're disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, middle
They're
school's the worst.
finding themselves. But okay, think about like, I was thinking about this when we were talking about it earlier, like, but think about like your time in elementary school. Think about your times in middle school. Think about your time in high school. My worst years were my middle school years.
Absolutely.
It's a horrible time in your life.
Yeah, it is.
You're ugly. You're so ugly.
You're so
Like,
ugly.
it doesn't matter. You're so like,
Bro.
I had braces for 5 years.
Ew.
4 of those
5
years,
years?
yeah, my teeth don't even look the best. It makes no sense. I don't even know. Oh, it was horrible. And I had a tongue cage, y'all. In middle school, I had a tongue cage.
What the heck is that?
I had a cage at the top of my mouth. Honestly, this is a crazy part of my life.
I had that. It's called a tongue cage. I had something like that too.
Where, at the bottom?
No, I had something at the top, and we'd have to turn it with a key every day. It was like spreading out my jaw.
Okay, no, mine were I had to keep my tongue in it. So like I have a really, like now I'm like always my tongue's at the roof of my mouth, always. Because I had to put my tongue in this little cage so that my tongue would not push out my teeth because I had a huge gap. And so whenever I got my braces, it was to close it was a whole thing.
Bro.
But I had it in middle school and it was horrible.
No, the stuff they do with braces is kind of wild. Like,
no, it's nuts.
hella embarrassing too.
Is there
it's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, but at least we didn't have to wear like that. Remember, like people used to wear the big.
Do they do that anymore? They don't do that anymore,
no,
right?
they cannot.
I hope they don't.
That's horrid.
You have to think about the mental health of that student. Like,
exactly.
No, they're gonna get trashed
the
forever.
bullying,
Oh
like
my god.
middle school, because like you're trying to find yourself, so
Yeah.
like people bully because they're trying to like deflect.
Bro, I had
off
no
them.
swag at all.
Oh my god.
I spent most of my middle school years suspended for fighting.
Really?
A lot, yeah. Well, for different reasons, but so I wasn't trying to get on this, but in elementary, I went to a particular school that was mostly black kids, black and Hispanic. All the friends that I grew up with, you know, when I went to middle school, I went to a mostly white school for the first time. And, you know, just trying to find my way. But I definitely like...
Is this when y'all moved?
This is around the time we moved. So that's part of the reason why. My mom worked at that other school, so my brothers got to stay there. And that's why I went there.
So why couldn't you stay there? Oh, because you're older.
I was 6th grade, so I had to go to middle school now. So I went to the white school. And yeah, it was a little rough. Then I eventually found like my black friends there.
Right.
You know? And so also had no swag at all, like just trying to figure myself out.
Zero swag.
Like those years were the absolute worst. Even thinking about like what hobbies that I have at that time. I don't know. I didn't do much of any. I did a little bit of everything, but not anything.
Yeah.
Like what am I trying to say? In high school, like I was good at certain things. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that I kind of stuck with. In middle school, I tried everything and wasn't good at anything.
That, because in middle school, you're not really good at anything.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what you're doing.
You don't. You're just
Yeah.
existing. Like, you're just in a very weird spot in life. Like, you're figuring out your body. Like, your body's going through all this.
Yeah.
It's a whole, like, oh my God. Like, my acne, you guys, I didn't know how to do my hair. First of all, my mom's in rehab. Okay, so I live with my grandma. Didn't know how to do my hair. So I had to learn how to do my hair. So then I started straightening it a lot. Then it was breaking off. Y'all,
Oh my God.
It was so, like, imagine just broke off, face looking crazy, braces, got a tongue cage, like, guys, like,
Yo,
it
hey,
was rough.
we need pictures.
Oh, I will never.
You know what's
never.
funny? The picture I have of you as your contact is you as like a little kid.
Oh,
You were
the one where I'm
adorable.
like this?
It's like elementary, yeah,
Oh,
elementary.
yeah.
You're adorable, but I need a middle school picture now.
I
after you said
honestly
that.
feel like I've destroyed them.
Everything.
Yeah.
I have one picture from middle school, and it was when I was in band in 6th grade. I'm not listen when I tell you, bro. I swear, if I showed y'all that picture.
I want to forget those times. I want to lock them in a closet and I want to forget those times. Now, high school was cool.
Yeah.
High school was cool because I finally got to go to public school. So, saw my first fight. Oh, I thought it was so fun. Every fight, I was at that fight. Like,
Yeah.
if there was a fight, I was there. I was watching.
Oh, you was one of them.
What? Oh my God. I had to. Like, I wanted to be right in the mix of the fight.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why are people physically attacking each other? Like, this is nuts.
You messy.
Oh my God, I was so messy. I'd be like, I'd be eating right.
Eating.
Oh my God.
Eating
what?
Cheetos.
What? I'm sitting on the table. I'm sitting on the like. No, I would be there
Of
because
course you were.
it was a culture shock.
Yeah.
Like I'd never even seen people argue at school.
Oh, because it's when you went to public school. That's
Yes.
why. Okay, yeah.
I had never. I was like, I remember the first fight that I ever saw. It was lunch, and I was talking to my friend Fernisha. And
Wait, what's her name?
Fernisha. Like Ferdinand and the Bull. Fernisha. Yeah, I know. Long. I don't know. It's crazy. Her brother's name was like Fernando or something. Anyways, so Fernisha, she was a bigger girl. You know what I
Okay.
mean? She was plus size. And we were just talking, chatting, blah, blah. And there were these 3 sisters at the school. and they were like, you did not mess with them. Like, you did not mess with them.
Like the Gross Sisters.
Literally.
from Proud
No,
Family.
literally though.
Dang.
But they were real cool. Like, I liked everybody. Like, I never got into it with anybody.
Yeah.
And I just remember out of nowhere, one of the sisters just came up. Bernicia. She's like, this girl's like 200-300 pounds. And the girl was not. She was like maybe 100 or something. Like, and I just remember it was like a full on brawl. Right, I'm talking to her like I'm talking to you, Bernicia, and she just comes out of nowhere.
You
and
didn't
just,
jump in with her?
I didn't. I was
Of course not.
mortified. Are you joking? I was like, what's happening? Because those were also my friends. I was like, what's going on? The police came. Like, I mean, it was just like, and this was like all the time after that.
Yeah.
So after that, I was like in that thing. Like, well, I was watching
That's so messy.
when they would fight they would fight the principals. They would fight the like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like parents would come up there fight the principals. Like, it was a lot.
I was giving ghetto.
It was very much ghetto, but I was very much intrigued.
You loved it.
I was so
World
messy
Star!
at that time. No. Like, it was
That was
so
probably
bad.
the peak of World Star too.
Oh yeah, dude, school fights.
School fights.
That used to be my stuff,
Bro, that
used
is.
to be my
Hey, you know how
stuff.
bad that is. That is so toxic
No,
that we
it's
used to just
very
watch
toxic.
school fight videos.
Yeah, but it was like fun.
School fight videos and then really ghetto music videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never really remember oh my god, do y'all remember? This is unlocking so many memories in my brain. Remember when you go to the gas station and they would have like the wall of magazines?
Yeah.
And then they would also have like the DVDs, like the homemade DVDs. Whatever happened to those? Because people don't watch DVDs anymore.
Yeah, DVDs is not.
You
I
can
mean,
still
some,
go to
some of the hood spots, you
they
still see it.
have them.
Yeah,
But
they
that
even
would
like
be
have
weird.
like homemade bootleg CDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At the real
Aw.
hood spots, they still got
Yeah,
it.
missed that.
So okay, let me tell you about my middle school to high school journey.
Okay.
Middle school, I was always fighting. Okay, trying to find myself. In 6th grade, I did band, and I wanted to play percussion, and they forced me to play the oboe.
Why?
Well, they were like, you know what? You're a smart kid, and you would get first chair automatically because we never have oboe players.
First of all, what is an oboe?
An oboe is like
Is it a wind instrument?
it's a woodwind instrument and it has a skinny reed at the top. So it's kind of like a clarinet, but with a small reed.
Okay. But you play it like this.
You play it like this.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.